Tonight is a huge night for WWE and the WWE Universe. The landscape of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship would change in an instant, in a blink of an eye, where a ladder holds a briefcase for a golden ticket for a guaranteed shot at the WWE World Heavyweight title that individual can use at any time, any place, anywhere in the world up to 1 full year. That is the Money in the Bank, and this is the recap of that event. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Fletcher, alongside Anthony Florio and Michael Bullock. And before we get to the program and get to the recap, I would like to take a moment and reflect on, as many of you have known, on Thursday, we lost a legend, an icon, and truly an individual that is once in a lifetime, once in a generation, and will never be duplicated again. That's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes passed away at the age of 69 on Thursday morning in a hospital in Florida due to complications that stemmed from a fall that he suffered early that day, was rushed to the hospital, and then a series of unexplained and horrific events claimed the life of this WWE Hall of Famer, and not only that, but one of the most incredible, humbled, and poignant gentlemen you'll ever know in professional wrestling. The Twitter sphere and Facebook was bombarded with messages about his life, what he meant to people, and what he meant to the wrestling business. Either if you followed him through the AWA years, the NWA years, the WCW years, the WWE years, or WWF years. And his story is a simple one. He is a son of a plumber from the South, just to make a living, to provide for his family, to provide a better life for those people around him. And his passion was professional wrestling. And the love and the support that he's been getting, and all of the accolades and all of the great moments that we've been listening to for the last few days, is poignant in a way because he was a common man, but he was living the American dream. And for guys like myself, Anthony, and Michael Bullock, and I know our host Derek Ferreira, he would be truly one of us, just trying to make it, doing the 9 to 5, trying to save the money for a better life, to provide for our family, to provide for friends. And he did it the right way. He was humbled. He would give you the shirt off his back if you wanted to, and be there for you through the good times and through bad times. And for many of the WWE, especially the NXT, he was a mentor to them because he helped them groom to be WWE superstars. We've heard some great things, especially we heard it tonight with Paige, how she dedicated that fight to Dusty Rhodes. And, how Adrian Neville was talking about how great he was. Kevin Owens talking about how great he was. And to me, normally tragedies and deaths, they're the way of life. Unfortunately, we're all not going to be there. We're all not going to be here forever. There will be a day where we will meet our maker, and we will be, asked from God above that it's our time to join him, hopefully, in the kingdom of heaven, to look down on all of us, you know, that we continue to set that right example, that love that we have for each and every one of us. To Anthony and Michael Bullock, and I know in myself, there's a little piece of Dusty Rhodes in us. And we hope tonight we can provide entertainment, at least for the next hour, you know, to give you probably joy, maybe a laugh or two, you know, just so that you know that we're here and we'll always be here, part of the wrestling form, and that we can, you know, at least be a shining light for about an hour a day. You know, if you're going through anything in life, we want to be entertainment for you. And that's what Dusty Rhodes was. He was entertaining for all of us. And he sometimes is a role model, an icon. And I know those words gets thrown around a lot, but he was, he is, and forever will be. You know, there's an old saying in a movie, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes are remembered, but legends never die. Dusty Rhodes is a legend, and he will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Dusty. We miss you, we love you, and we hope to see you someday. Godspeed. Rest in peace. This show's for you, my friend. With that said, let's go. Let's get right into the show. The first fight of the night was the Money in the Bank ladder match. You know the rules, but if you're a first time listener, here's how it goes. There's a briefcase hanging above the ring about 20 feet high. The first man to assemble a ladder and grab the briefcase is guaranteed a WWE World Heavyweight title match that he can use at any time, any place, up to 1 full year. The participants in the match were Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler, Adrian Neville, Kofi Kingston of the New Day, Sheamus, and Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout and Mr. Money in the Bank is the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. With that said, Anthony Florio, you lead it off, my friend.
Damn right I lead it off. That's how it should be. I always want to be the lead-off man. There's no better spot. So with that said, hello friends. It is Ridiculously Over Anthony Florio here with you for our Money in the Bank recap edition of the Wrestling Forum. We're delighted to have you with us on this very night, on this great night here. And, there's nothing left for me to say here except, to me, based on the body of work, I have to say this was the third best fight of the night, believe it or not. I got to say this was number 3 on the list. You know what the other two are. Oh, you know what the other two are going to be. But as far as this goes, this is the third best fight of the night for me. I mean, the spots were incredible, like you knew they would be. Some sick spots here. Kofi Kingston and Neville provided the aerial moments here. Some nasty falls happened, some red arrows out of nowhere, and unpredictability strikes. Everybody and their mother had Roman Reigns winning this match. And what happened? Sheamus gets the Duke because of the fact that Bray Wyatt attacks Roman Reigns. What? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. We all thought this was Roman's time. We all thought this was Roman's to lose. And then Wyatt attacks him. And go figure, next month at Battleground, we're going to see Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt one-on-one. That should be something pretty darn good. But for right now, I mean, the effort was incredible. And as great as this match was, I can't believe I'm saying it. It's the third best fight of the night because there were two other matches. You know where I'm going with it. Two other matches that were absolutely, positively out of this world. And to me, they are those two matches that I thought were better than this one. Those two matches to me are 1 and 2 in my match of the year, 2015. We saw two match of the year candidates tonight, folks. Oh yes, we saw two match of the year candidates tonight. I gotta rate it 4.25. Yeah, I think 4.25 stars is the best I can go. It was a 20-minute and 50-second affair. I mean, it'll definitely rank up there as one of the great Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time. I still think the one from last year was the best one we ever saw, even with the Authority shenanigans. I mean, the Authority shenanigans ruined it, and that would have made it a 5-star classic, but we had to make it 4.5 to 4.75. But to me, 4.25 stars is the best I can go for this. Normally this would be a fight of the night, but like I said, two other matches were just so damn unbelievable and chock full of the absolute finest Shakespearean drama you will ever see. And before I toss out to Michael Bullock, all I can say is Michael Fletcher, very well said when it comes to your thoughts on the late, great Dusty Rhodes. I mean, Longfellow couldn't have said it any better. That's all there is to say about it. So, well done on that. I mean, you were the only one who had yet to share your thoughts on the passing of Dusty Rhodes. Share it to this podcast on Friday night, and Bullock and I had our very special tribute last week. So, there you go. Well done on that, as always, Fletch. That's why you're the hype man around here. So, what else is there to say? Great effort by all men involved. Unpredictable outcome. No better way to start off a pay-per-view, my friends. There's no better way. 4.25 stars, and believe it or not, the third best fight of the night. Can't believe I'm saying that. So with that said, I'm going to toss it up now to my partner in crime in the Yes Movement and our resident phenom, the one and only Michael Bullock. So, Mr. Bullock, it's all yours.
All right, thank you very much, ridiculously over Anthony Florio and the Vice President of the Rhode Island chapter of the Yes Movement. Yes, this is the phenom and the President of the Rhode Island chapter of the Yes Movement. Yes, this is the Vice President of the Rhode Island chapter of the Yes Movement, Mike Bullock, here for our Money in the Bank recap edition of the Wrestling Forum. Delighted to be here as always, and first off, I gotta say, well said, well done, Michael Fletcher, for your thoughts and your memories of Dusty Rhodes. You couldn't have said it any better. Florio and I shared our thoughts and memories of Dusty Rhodes last night, and then of course Derek Ferrer with his podcast, and we're dedicating this recap show to the memory of the late great Dusty Rhodes. And like I've said before, love you, Dusty Rhodes. We'll miss you. And I like what WWE did, like before the show, with the 10-bell salute, with all the superstars, everybody who works.
Amen to that. Absolutely.
Yeah, with what they did with that 10-bell salute, with everybody, all the superstars, everybody who works behind the scenes, with gathering around just for that 10-bell salute. And all I can say is bravo to WWE. I mean, I thought they were going to wait till tomorrow night on Raw to do it, but I'm glad they did it tonight before the start of the pay-per-view. Now, as far as this Money in the Bank ladder match is concerned, I do agree with Anthony Florio. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is only the third best fight of the night. I mean, and like you said, Florio, there were two matches which were better than this. I can't believe I'm saying this. Normally, with a good Money in the Bank ladder match like we saw, this would be good for fight of the night. But this is only good for third best fight of the night. And like I just said, there were two matches I thought were better, and a surprising outcome with Sheamus winning it. I mean, I didn't see this come out of nowhere. We all thought for sure Roman Reigns was going to come out victorious in this, but Bray Wyatt, he stopped Roman Reigns from winning it, and of course now we got Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt at the next pay-per-view WWE Network special Battleground. Can't wait to see how that match goes. But we saw some really sick moves in this match, and especially, I can't believe I'm saying this, Roman Reigns actually flying and actually going over the top rope and landing on everyone. I mean, when was the last time you ever saw that from him? And you saw some of those sick RKOs from Randy Orton, and that had to put a smile on Michael Fletcher's face, and especially the one to Neville, which really wowed me on that one. And then, of course, with what happened to Kofi Kingston, I mean, my gosh, I mean, poor Kofi Kingston, he got beaten up so bad by getting thrown onto the ladder. But anywho, this was a really good Money in the Bank ladder match, and this was only good for being the third best fight of the night. And I do agree, it was a 4.25 star rating. Normally, this would be, for that kind of a rating, that would be the fight of the night. But once again, I'll say it. There were 2 other matches that were even better than this. And we'll definitely get into it throughout the recap. So, third best fight of the night, 4.25 stars. So, Fletcher, I don't know if you did see this. I don't know if you had to work tonight, but if you did, I'll toss it to you. If not, let's just move on.
4 to 4.25 stars is my rating for the fight. This was an amazing match, no doubt about it. I got to see the entire pay-per-view, no doubt about it, guys. I had to work earlier this afternoon. I got out around 5 p.m., so I was able to see the entire 3-hour spectacular, and this was an amazing match. This was a tremendous Money in the Bank, no doubt about it. The thing is that with everything that was going into this fight, we were hoping for something really good, and we got something better. Yes, the Bray Wyatt thing kind of was out of right field, caught us all off guard. It took Roman Reigns out, which kind of divided the IWC. Some were really happy about it, others not so much, especially the Roman Reigns army. They were definitely crying foul after that happened. But Bray Wyatt made his presence really known. But now the question is, why did he do it? That's the $1,000,000 question, and we won't know that till possibly tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw about his explanation and his reasoning behind the attack. But what we do know is that Sheamus wins it. He gets the Money in the Bank. And as everybody knows, in the past, only 2 men in the history of this Money in the Bank has gone on and failed to win the WWE title or the World Heavyweight Championship. That was, of course, John Cena and the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw, because of the fact that there was a DQ finish, but technically that was a failure. And then when Damien Sandow tried to cash in on John Cena, and he failed to cash in the Money in the Bank on that time, every other time Money in the Bank has been put in play, it has been successfully cashed in, and a new champion was crowned, most recently at WrestleMania, when Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank and became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So with that said, we're going to move on to the next fight of the night, which was for the WWE Divas Championship. Nikki Bella goes one-on-one with Paige, the winner of the bout, and still the Divas Champion, Nikki Bella, she wins the bout. You know what? I'll save my thought. Michael Bullock, you lead off.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a really good Divas title fight, but I mean, and it was getting so good, but damn, that stupid twin magic had to be used once again. I mean, come on, WWE. I mean, haven't we learned from this? I mean, I thought they went away from the twin magic. I'm glad we didn't get it last week when Nikki Bella was in action, but they had to pull it out again, but it looked like it was going to backfire this time, but Brie Bella basically saying, no, I'm the wrong one who got pinned here. And so the referee, for some reason, said, you know what, this match is going to continue. And Nikki Bella hits, ironically, the bionic elbow as a tribute to Dusty Rhodes. I think that's what it looked like. And then the rack attack. This match was so good until that's twin magic at the end, even though it did fail. But unfortunately, because of that, we had that a little bit of a clunky finish, and because of that, I do have to take points away for it, and I'm only going to give it 1.5 to 2 stars. As a matter of fact, I'm leaning more towards 1.5 because of the clunky finish there. So, yeah, thanks a lot, WWE, for shoving that twin magic right down our throats once again. So, that being said, I'm done with this whole twin magic nonsense. Fletcher, please move on.
I'll say this, gentlemen. This was on the verge of being the Diva Fight of the Year. It got to the point where the match was so good that I was about to pull the trigger on a possible 3 to 3.5 stars. I mean it. This would have been the highest rating Diva match in WWE in a very, very long time, and it was right there. We almost had it. As a matter of fact, I would have given it the full 3.5 stars if Paige would have won the belt because the Twin Magic would have blown up in the face. That's the one time I would have allowed it. But because of the fact that the fight ended the way it did and Nikki Bella kept the belt because of it, I can only give it 2.5 stars because the fight had a lot of time. I mean, we're talking over 11 minutes in this match. So for me, I cannot punish it in a way. And leading into the ending, the fight was a tremendous fight. And like I said, it was on the verge of being the WWE Divas Fight of the Year. Unfortunately, the Twin Magic did show up, and it kind of did um, benefit Nikki Bella, which really ticked us off. And I went on a major league rant. I blew up on Facebook. If you didn't see that, I was really upset. I can only give this 2.5 stars because I cannot punish Paige and Nikki Bella for the performance that they did prior to the Twin Magic. But I will punish them for after the fact because, like I said, this was on the verge of 3 to 3.5 stars and possibly maybe the fourth best fight of the night in my eyes. So with that said, Anthony Florio, I give it to you.
Who do I agree with? I got to go with the Cerebral Viper on this one. I got to go with Michael Fletcher on this one. Michael Bullock, I think you underscored it quite a bit here. Michael Fletcher makes a great case for this. I mean, I was on the verge of giving it right around the same rating, to be honest, but I was leaning more towards 3 at the absolute best. I wasn't really feeling 3.5. I think that was a little overboard, if I'm being honest, but nonetheless, though, 11 minutes and 20 seconds. That's how much time this fight got. The Divas don't usually never get that kind of time. The only Divas who ever got that kind of time to wrestle in a WWE ring were, Trish and Lita back in the day? Come on now. But nonetheless, it is going to be a 2.5 star rating for me as well because of, God forbid, the Twin Magic. Oh, my gosh. I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you. There was a little part of me that was thinking, we all knew Nikki Bella was going to win this thing. We all knew that. Not only because of the favoritism, because of John Cena, of course, but also because of the fact that Twin Magic was going to rear its ugly head. And I noticed this. You noticed when all the superstars and divas were out on the stage doing the 10 bell salute and the special tribute to Dusty Rhodes at the very start of the pay-per-view. I noticed Nikki and Brie dressed up in the exact same attire. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, great, Twin Magic's going to rear its ugly head. Yep. I knew it. I knew it. That's all there is to say about it. Nikki Bella's reign continues. And lately, I've we here at the Forum and Strictly Sports, we've we've made some bold statements over the last few weeks. You remember my Ranger guarantee that the Rangers would beat Tampa in Game 6 of the conference finals. What happened? That happened. No, the Rangers not only beat them, they beat them to a damn pulp. Fortunately, we had nothing to show for it, but I'm going to make another bold guarantee. AJ Lee, as you all know, AJ Lee holds the record for the longest Divas Championship reign of all time, 295 days. You heard it here first, on this 14th night of June 2015, on this Flag Day. You heard this here first, my friend. Nikki Bella is going to break the record. I really do. I think she's going to overtake AJ Lee and be the longest running Divas champion of all time. There's nothing left to say. It's as simple as that. Nikki Bella will be the longest champion since the inception of the Divas Championship back in 2008, when Michelle McCool beat Natalya at the Great American Bash in 2008 in Long Island, New York. She held the record for a long time. Well, it was Maurice, Mrs. Miz, as you know. AJ Lee held it for 295. As of right now, Nikki Bella is at 203. In 30 minutes, it'll be 204. Not only is it going to get to 296, but I think it's going to go well over 300 days. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she holds the damn thing for a year, if I'm being quite honest with you. Because, quite frankly, who's going to take the title off of her? I said that last night. Michael Bullock, you know that. I said that to you last night. I said who was going to take the title off of her. It hasn't been Naomi. It hasn't been Paige. Quite frankly, who's left? I really don't know. But the only name that can come to mind is not even on the main roster. She's the mainstay of the Divas. She's the heart and soul of the NXT Divas division. Her name is Charlotte Flair. I think she's the one who's going to ultimately dethrone Nikki Bella. When that is, well, I really don't know at this point. The 2.5-star match, one of the better Diva. That's the best Diva fight we've seen in a long time. Because, we've been getting ho-hum Diva fights on Raw, SmackDown, and all these other shows and whatnot. But Michael Fletcher is absolutely correct. You cannot punish the effort that they gave prior to the BS finish. Yes, I'm calling BS on that finish. But, so yeah. You heard what I said when I went on my little mini rant last night. I don't really have the heart to go on that kind of a rant again, because I don't want to bore you all, because we got a lot more to get into, including our thoughts on the not one but 2 match of the year candidates that this event produced here tonight. So I'm going to save you all the trouble. 2.5 stars, and for a bold statement, you heard it here first, my friend. Once again, Nikki Bella will be the longest running Divas champion of all time. Period. And a statement and a quotation. Let's move on to our next match.
With that said, the next fight was for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, as Ryback puts the title on the line against the Big Show. The winner of the bout via disqualification is the Big Show. Therefore, Ryback is still the Intercontinental Champion. Alright guys, I get it. This has to be the cool down fight. This had to be the moment where they gotta bring the crowd down. And the thing is, what really ticked me off about this fight, A, it didn't get any time. 5 minutes. Unofficially, it's 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Like I said, unofficial. This is from 411mania.com. I'm getting the time from. So, like I said, it will vary from different outlets, but it's going to be around the 5:25 to about 5:35 range. However, the rating I can give this is just a mere 1 star. It was a good fight, decent for what it's worth, but like I said, The Miz showed up. He cut a promo prior to the fight, and how he was talking about the city of Ohio, and basically saying how he was originally from there. He's from Cleveland, as everybody knows, but he was like, the best thing I did was leaving the city, because in Hollywood or in New York, you need to be recognized, you need to be noticed, and being in the city of Cleveland, can't LeBron James when he took his talents to South Beach to get recognized, that's why. So you know that kind of rubbed off pretty negatively to the fans in Columbus, it's, you know, and whatnot. And he was like that he was going to give an audio-visual masterpiece on commentary. Oh, great! That means we're going to have two loudmouths doing commentary work. Him and JBL, perfect marriage. Yeah, right. Anyway, so the next thing we know, we get the match, and there was a little moment where Miz got hit. Well, he took it out on both men, beat up on Big Show first. That prompted the bell. Next thing you know, he takes his aggression out on Ryback too. And next thing we know, um, a ring announcement was made that Big Show wins by DQ. Bill McConnell instantly jumped on his Facebook, hit me up, and says, Mike, triple threat match, IC title? You know what I say? You are correct, sir. I believe we will have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, as it will be the Big Show versus Ryback versus The Miz. And when is this gonna happen, folks? 5 weeks from tonight at the next WWE special event, because they're no longer calling it pay-per-view, but the next special event, Battleground. Book it. 1 star for the rating. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
Oh, Mikey, I mean, 5.5 minutes is what I have on my scorecard here. My notes. I know you're going off of 411mania.com. I'm going off of prowrestling.net. That's usually where I go for my reviews. And I mean, I have every right to give this fight a dud, if I'm being honest with you, because I did not like this match at all. I mean, it was a boring snooze fest of a match. Everything I knew it would be. But like I said, I have every right to do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be generous like you, Fletch. I'm going to give it the 1 star. But, yeah, it was solid for the most part. But thing is, like I said, it was more slow and boring than anything else. But there was a little bit of some all right action, not a whole lot. But to be honest with you guys, I'm sorry. I got to say this was the worst fight of the night for me, to be quite honest. And I'm not at all surprised because I said it was either going to be this fight or the Diva fight. That was going to be the worst fight of the night. But the Diva fight ended up being a lot better than we thought, even with that BS finish. But nonetheless, like I said, I have every right to give it a dud, but I want to give it a dud, but Fletcher convinced me. I'm going to give it 1 star for the effort, even though, like I said, this was not my cup of tea at all. And yeah, Ryback and Big Show, IC title or not. You think that's going to put some butts in the seats and eyes on the screens? Nope, not for me. Sorry. So, worst fight of the night, 1 star. I'm gonna
toilet seat. Heyo.
Heyo, indeed you are, and I do agree with Michael Fletcher and Bill McConnell. I definitely agree with it. We're calling it. I mean, it's been rumored for a while, but I think we're going to finally get it next month at Battleground in St. Louis. Triple threat match, Ryback, Big Show, Miz, Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And it pains me because the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship is still not as prestigious as it once was. I mean, yes, you got a fresh face and Ryback holding it, and I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't have a problem with him being the champ at all. No, I don't. But it's just that the belt's just lost that luster. However, what John Cena has done with the United States Heavyweight
Did we just lose Florio?
he did.
Oh, no. All right, Anthony, continue. We kind of lost you there for a moment.
No, I'm right here.
Well, we lost you. Myself and Michael Bullock lost you momentarily. Well, I don't know what happened there, but go ahead. Continue your thought.
Right?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. Yes, but what I was trying to say was the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship Daniel Bryan, he tried. Daniel Bryan, we know, he won the belt at WrestleMania in that unbelievable ladder match, which is another one of my top 10 candidates for match of the year for this year. But, man, he gets, once again, he has an injury hangover. I mean, he had an injury, he relapsed. All those injuries from last year that cost him the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, if Daniel Bryan hadn't gotten hurt, I think the title would have been back. I think he would have brought credibility and prestige back to the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship that it had been lacking for so long. But right here and now, even with Ryback holding the belt, I mean, Ryback and Big Show, yeah, that's not going to bring any credibility back to that belt. I'm sorry. And The Miz, yeah, I mean, I know he's a former champion, a former multi-time champion. I get that, but still, they still need to find a way to bring credibility and prestige back to that belt. I'm sorry, that belt's still worthless to me. But what Cena has done, like I said, what Cena has done with the U.S. title, well, that's a whole different story. Credibility, I mean, that title was don't forget, that belt was once upon a time worthless and a joke. But ever since Cena took the belt off of Rusev at WrestleMania, and 24 hours later, when he started those U.S. Open challenges, credibility and prestige immediately came back to the United States Heavyweight Championship. And unfortunately, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, I'm sorry, it's still a joke. Sorry, just my opinion. So I got to be the man who tells it like it is, and I just told it like it was right there. So 1 star, even though I have every right to give it a dud. But I think we can all agree this was the worst fight of the night, without question. Although there was another match I thought was almost there, but to be quite honest, it was a little bit better. So this, to me, was the worst fight of the night. So, like I said, no disrespect to Ryback with a Big Show. I appreciate what they do for the business, but I'm sorry, I just could not appreciate that fight. That fight was just, ugh, no. Well, look, it's yours.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, I do have every right to give this match a dud as well, but like you and Fletch just said, I mean, with the point you brought up, I mean, I'm going to be generous and give it 1 star as well, because I thought the match was fine for what it was, but you know what? I could have done better without The Miz doing commentary. But, yeah, he did get involved, and, yeah, and I do agree with what Fletch and Bill McConnell. I think we're going to get a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship at Battleground between these three. But and I do agree. I mean, no disrespect to Ryback and the Big Show. I mean, they're good, but this match was just basically, yeah. So really got nothing else to say except Fletch. Let's move on to the next match, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one.
You know, I'm just going to put you guys out of your miseries right here, right now. You know what's about to happen. This is going to be a 5-star classic. You're about to hear so many superlatives for this fight. I'm not even going to waste your time with this. We already know where the ranking's going to go. We already know this is probably the fight of the year. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The United States Heavyweight Champion John Cena versus NXT Heavyweight Champion Kevin Owens. The winner of the bout is John Cena. Anthony Florio. We know it's a 5-star. We know it's going to be your fight of the year. Just tell us why.
I got 2 words for you. Shakespearean drama. That's all there is to it. I mean, Michael Fletcher is absolutely, positively, 100% correct on this, ladies and gentlemen, my friends out there. This was a 5-star, another 5-star classic. This has overtaken the Elimination Chamber fight as the match of the year. 2015. I said it last night. I honestly did not think the sequel was going to be better than the original. But guess what, folks? The sequel was better than the original. How many times can we say that? Not very often. Near fall after near fall after near fall after near fall. Commentary was fantastic. I mean, the crowd was into it. I was into it. Michael Bullock was into it. Michael Fletcher was into it. Fletcher was tweeting all over the place. Bullock and I, we were just sitting home. We were just, sitting in our respective homes, just chilling that we always do. Fletcher was all over the social media, I know. But, oh my gosh. Oh my God in heaven, guys. What an incredible, incredible match this was. I mean, I honestly thought it wasn't going to be any better than the Chamber fight. I thought the Chamber fight was going to far and away be the fight of the year. I said good luck to any match for the rest of the year that was going to have to top that. It topped it. It absolutely, positively topped it. Wow. Just wow. I mean, for all you little teeny boppers out there, you know of a young lady by the name of Miranda Cosgrove from iCarly. She did a little song called Do You Like Shakespeare? Well, do I like Shakespeare? You damn right I like Shakespeare. Well, no, I don't like Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I love Shakespearean drama as much as Derek Ferreira, the man who invented the term Shakespearean drama. But that was the absolute best Shakespearean drama that we've seen. And it just goes to show you guys, 2015 has been the year of Shakespearean drama. The Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament, the Stanley Cup and NBA playoffs, especially the NBA finals, the Stanley Cup finals. I mean, do I even need to go on? That's all there is to say about it. And then what happened after, and then the match was one thing, but the post-match, that put it over the top. The post-match absolutely put it over the top. We thought we were going to see, a special moment, a touching moment with John Cena and Kevin Owens. A handshake. Cena raises his hand, says, "Hey, I respect you. You're the real deal." And then Kevin Owens cheap shots John Cena, and then just absolutely holiday hams him. He destroys him, damn near beats him to a pulp. And if you notice during the match, John Cena, we saw Cena do something he hardly ever does. He actually argued with Mike Chioda, the referee. He actually got in Chioda's face on a couple of the near falls. He got in his face and said, "You're kidding, that was 3." It's not often we see Cena do that. But he did it. Not once, but twice during the match. And then Kevin Owens. What Kevin Owens did during the match. Mocking John Cena's infamous 5 moves of doom. Wow. Oh my God. Damn, man. I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, 19 minutes and 20 seconds. That's all there is to say about it. I mean, that's what I have on my review here. But we're all in agreement here. This is a 5-star classic. This is the match of the year for 2015. There was one other match on this card that came very close, and I mean very close, to overtaking this fight for Fight of the Year. You're not going to believe what I have to say about that one. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Fletcher said it, I said it, and I know Mr. Bullock will get to it. When we get to Mr. Bullock, he'll say the same exact thing. After all, he texted me on the phone saying the exact same thing, and we'll get his reasoning in just a moment. But Michael Fletcher, Michael Bullock, fans and friends of the Wrestling Forum, listen to us as we say once again on this Flag Day, this 14th day of June 2015 at 11:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cena Owens 2, 5-star classic, Fight of the Year, and yes, for the first time I can honestly remember in a very, very long time, the sequel was better than the original. Michael Bullock, how do you follow that?
What else is there to say? 5-star classic, fight of the night, fight of the year. And me and Florio, we were getting into this during our preview last night. We both said that we thought there's no way the sequel could be better than the prequel. Well, we were proven wrong. I mean, this match had a lot of Shakespearean drama. I mean, you even saw Kevin Owens mocking some of John Cena's moves. I mean, especially the five knuckle shuffle. I mean, and he actually hit it. I mean, and the back and forth, near fall after near fall, and the commentary. Yes, Michael Cole, JBL, Jerry Lawler, they were spot on with this match. I mean, oh my gosh, I was literally near the edge of my seat during this, and it's not often I'm at the edge of my seat in a match like this, but that was the case for me. And oh my gosh, I mean, it's something with these two working together. It just seems to turn to gold, and they did it again. And this match was far better than the one we saw at the Elimination Chamber WWE Network special. And I gave that match 5 stars, but well, this one was 5 stars too, but this was far beyond better than that. And this is why Kevin Owens is gonna. I mean, when he does one day drop that NXT title, he's gonna be on the main roster, but without a shadow of a doubt, in a matter of time, no question, because of some of the things he can do. And all I can say is, after that, good luck to any other match for the rest of the year to try to top what we saw. And all I can say is, bravo John Cena, bravo Kevin Owens. You certainly brought the roof down on this match, and the IWC is definitely buzzing about it. And this is a match that it's going to be talked along. It's going to be talked about all over the water coolers tomorrow morning, maybe the donut shops as well, but because this is a match everyone's going to remember for a long time, especially for the rest of the year. So, fight of the night, fight of the year, 5 stars. Really got nothing else to say except, Fletcher, let's move on.
Like I said, 5 stars, fight of the year, and it had so many moves and so many surprises in this fight. It made it so unique and so awesome. Yes, you had Kevin Owens doing the 5 moves of doom. You had Cena doing that springboard stunner that he's been doing, and then he did a basically sit down sunset flip into a powerbomb. Boys, we call that the Canadian Destroyer, and he did it. That's absolutely. Sorry about that, folks. It seems like I got something kind of cutting out of nowhere, but that's okay. Anyway, but holy cow, what a match, what an event this was, what a fight, and it was truly fight of the night, fight of the year. We got to move on. The next fight we had was for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It was the New Day putting the titles on the line against the primetime players, the winners of the bout, and no WWE Tag Team Champions, the Prime Time Players. Michael Bullock, do it with me. Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Hold on. There's actually a new thing I want to do. New tag champs. New tag champs. New tag champs. It's all yours, bro. It's all yours, Bullock. It's all yours.
Well, all I can say is, my goodness, this was another surprising outcome. I mean, who would have thought this was going to happen? I mean, and as far as the 411 Mania, it has it at 6 minutes and 19 seconds. I'll give it maybe. I'm actually going to give it 1.5 to 2 stars at best. I mean, this was a fine match for what it was, and And I mean, this was basically a cool down match after that unbelievable 5-star fight of the year between John Cena and Kevin Owens. And this was the cool down match, and it was good for what it was, but the outcome was surprising. I mean, I thought for sure that the New Day was going to retain the tag team champs, but they did the unthinkable. They put the tag team titles on the primetime players. So, yes, the first go around that they had, they didn't even win the tag team titles, but now in their second go around as the primetime players, they now are the new tag team champions. Congratulations, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. And you know a lot. We will be hearing them a lot saying it's all about those millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. And yeah, so 1.5 to 2 stars just because of the surprising outcomes. So, and of course the match was fine for what it was. So Fletch, I mean, what do you think of this surprising outcome?
What surprise outcome? I think I got this one, boys. Didn't
Oh
I
yeah,
call
that's right,
it?
that's right.
Didn't I
Darn
predict
me.
this? Didn't I call this? I knew it. I knew it.
Yes,
My boy Bill McConnell knew it. My boy Rich Lopes knew it. We all were hoping for it. We got it. We're celebrating. We're partying. We called this. We saw it coming down the pipe not too long ago. Even though I know Anthony Flair, you probably said no, that the New Day were going to keep it. I know Michael Bullock, you probably said the New Day were going to keep it. I even think Derek Ferrera said that the New Day were going to keep it. I think I was the only one out of this wrestling forum crew that actually yelled for new tag champions, and we got it. The 2184 crew, we're celebrating. We put the flag down on this one, and we're yelling millions of dollars, new tag champs, because it happened tonight. We got it. Yes, it's a one to 1.5 star fight. I wish the play would have been a lot more better, but we got a great payoff. New tag team champions crowned here tonight in Columbus, Ohio. There's nothing more to say. Anthony Flair, it's yours.
Yeah, 1.5 to 2 stars. I will give Michael Fletcher credit where credit is due. I mean, he was the only one out of all of us who thought the primetime players. He made that bold statement, and hey, from now on, when he makes a bold statement, you better take that. You better take that sucker to the bank, man. I mean, just like my Ranger guarantee a couple weeks ago. I mean, when I made that guarantee, I mean, now I'm starting to think maybe I should have done one for Game 7, but who knows? Maybe that would have helped. But no, that's a what if file for another day. But Fletch, I'll give you credit where it's due. I mean, you felt it, and there you go. I mean, primetime players, new tag team champions. Yes, it's a great moment. It's a great story. Thing was though, crowd wasn't really receptive. I mean, it was a little flat, if I'm going to be honest with you, for the changing of the guard here. We have a difference in time. I have 5 minutes and 50 seconds on my review here, but but it was a solid match. It was basically a TV quality match, if I'm being honest. But it was an okay fight. There was some good action, and you notice Kofi Kingston was not out there because of the beating that he took during the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that's pretty much the reason why he was not in this match. I think that was the ultimate downfall. So there were no heel shenanigans or anything like that. But boy, howdy, boys! What a it's a great moment. It's nice to see. I honestly felt that the primetime players were one of the best teams to never win the tag team titles. Well, they got it, and quite honestly, it is a little bit surprising for me. I always thought that the team that was going to eventually dethrone the New Day, I thought it was going to be the Luchas, to be honest with you. But don't worry, I think the Luchas will get their day someday. But primetime players get their moment for now. Congratulations to Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Millions of dollars indeed. So I look for an immediate rematch tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. You heard it here first. So in Cleveland, oh by the way. So with that said, let's move on to the main event. You're not going to believe what I have to say about this one.
Before you can jump into that, I get my first hands on the main event, which was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. The winner of the bout is Seth Rollins. It was a bang bang play at the end. Both men had possession of the belt as simultaneously coming off the ladder. However, when they crashed to the mat below, Ambrose gave way. Rollins had full possession of the belt. That makes him the winner. He is still the champion. And guys, I'll say it. This was 3 3/4 or 4 3/4 to yes another 5-star classic. I can give it the full. I don't know if I should give it the full 5 or the 3 3/4, but the 4 3/4. Why am I saying 3 3/4? I'm really like, I think I'm getting way too amped right now. It's 4 3/4 to 5 stars, but I'm pushing more 4 3/4 than the 5. This is definitely the second best fight of the night. This is the second best fight of the year, in my opinion. And I'll even go as far to say this is probably the greatest ladder match in WWE history, or at least as it pertains to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This goes down as the greatest ladder match that had to decide for a WWE title. Let's do that. This was a tremendous fight, a tremendous match. It was excitement, there was violence, it was chaotic, it was absolutely everything you hoped for in a ladder match, and it delivered all the sums. It delivered everything and then some, gentlemen. And at the end of the day, yes, Rollins did win. Now there's going to be a little people that's going to be complaining, oh, the belt was simultaneous. No, Rollins had full possession. He wins. So at the end of the day, 4 3/4 to 5 stars is my rating. Anthony, it's yours.
Okay. You know how I said that you're not going to believe what I have to say about this fight? Well, here you go. I'm pulling the trigger, Fletch. This was another 5-star classic. Yes. And you know why I'm giving it a 5-star classic? And I know Michael Bullock's going to agree with me on this. No authority shenanigans. Yes. 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 Come on, Bullock. Yes.
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 Oh, hell.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Glory to God in the highest. Fellas, no authority shenanigans. Can you believe it? Where was Kane? There was no Kane. Where was J&J Security? There was no J&J Security. Where was Stephanie? There was no Stephanie. Yeah, Triple H came down, but it was after the match was over. We can't complain about it. And Michael Fletcher, I'm surprised you didn't mention this, because you mentioned this on your social media. You loved Triple H's, when Triple H got in Seth Rollins' face. You said that you were even jacked up. I mean, when Triple H got in Seth Rollins' face, said, show them that you can be the man. Show them the reason why we chose you to be our guy. The main reason I'm giving it 5 stars is no authority shenanigans. There's another reason, but there's 2 other reasons. 2, the body of work of the match, the chemistry was just there. I mean, the spots were just absolutely unreal. Dean Ambrose, let me tell you something. We all praised Roman Reigns. We all remember how incredible Roman Reigns was in the match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. We definitely gained a newfound respect for Roman Reigns because of the effort he put in against Lesnar at Mania. I think we should do the same thing for Dean Ambrose. This was almost the exact same thing. I mean, Dean Ambrose did the exact same thing Roman Reigns did. I mean, Rollins, beat the snot out of him, got his, really went to work on the leg and really took his leg out, really really put him through the ringer. But there were a lot of insane bumps. What about that most insane bump towards the end of the match, where Rollins charges at Ambrose, Ambrose back body drops him over the top, and then crashes through the ladder in a way that a ladder is not supposed to go. Man, oh man, alive! I mean, you guys already know. You already know the love affair I have with Dean Ambrose. I've been a fan of this guy since he debuted as part of the Shield. He was my guy, and this is the reason why he was my guy in the Shield. Tonight, I have gained a newfound love and a newfound respect for Dean Ambrose. The effort that he put in tonight is the best effort I have ever seen from him, period. Whether I don't care if it's developmental, I don't care if it's WWE, whatever you want to call it, that was far and away his best performance. Him and Seth Rollins tore the house down on an incredible way to close out what was an incredible night. And one more reason why I gave this a 5-star, why I'm pulling the trigger and giving this a 5-star classic. According to my notes, I don't know what the time says on your end, on your 411 guys, but for me, according to my ProWrestling.net review, 35 minutes and 40 seconds. That's a mere 2 minutes and I believe 4 seconds or something like that. About roughly 2 minutes longer than the classic with John Cena and CM Punk at this event 4 years ago in Chicago, Illinois. Michael Fletcher is absolutely spot on once again. The best and greatest ladder match when it comes to a ladder match for any world title. Whether it was the big gold belt of the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, or as it's now known, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose did tonight, ladies and gentlemen, simply, they showed you how badly they wanted it. The great Don Henley of the Eagles, he released, his greatest solo album was called The End of the Innocent. One of the songs on that record, it's the second song on the record. It's simply a question. How bad do you want it? Well, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose showed you how bad they wanted it. Why did they show it? Because the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, like the Nature Boy Ric Flair said at the Royal Rumble in '92 after he won it, that is the best. It's the best title in the wrestling world. It's better than the TNA World Heavyweight title. It's better than the Ring of Honor title, the New Japan, the IWGP, Lucha Underground, and any other wrestling promotion. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship is far and away the most prestigious of all the championships in the business that is professional wrestling. So, Michael Bullock did it earlier. I'm going to do it right here and now. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, hell of a job, gentlemen. That's how you do it. That is how. And let me tell you, for the first time in a long time, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship felt like the most prestigious title. Brock Lesnar made it a joke, with his part-time appearances during his 223-day reign when he only defended it 3 times. But since Rollins won the belt at Mania, he continues to show you why he is the best thing going in the business right now, the best heel there is. And more power to you guys. I mean, would I have been surprised if Ambrose had won the belt? No, not really. I think eventually he will be a WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but not right now. So what's next? You heard it first. I think Brock Lesnar is waiting in the weeds. And I'm thinking next month at Battleground in St. Louis, Missouri, we're going to get that match. Although, to be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping they save it for SummerSlam in the Barclays in a couple months. But damn it to hell, Michael Fletcher, Michael Bullock, and all fans and friends of the Wrestling Forum. I cannot remember the last time. I think it's probably the first time since all the way back to WrestleMania 10, when we had not one, but 2 5-star classics on the same night. We all know what those 2 5-star classics were at WrestleMania 10. Bret Hart and Owen Hart, and And the ladder match that started it all, Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Between this fight and Cena and Owens, I honestly don't know what the fight of the year is. I'm having a rough time with this one. Because both of those fights tonight were chock full of the absolute finest Shakespearean drama you will ever have and ever see. And the effort that these four men in particular tonight, guys, proved, those four guys' efforts tonight are the reasons why I, Michael Fletcher, Michael Bullock, Derek Ferreira, and anybody that is affiliated with our show here tonight. That's the reason why we are all fans of this great sport known as professional wrestling. Another 5-star classic. To me, co-fights of the night. Cena Owens, Rollins Ambrose, 35 minutes and 40 seconds. Wow. Just wow. And the quote, another great Don Henley song, The Heart of the Matter. The more I know, the less I understand. Michael Bullock, how in the world are you going to follow this?
Wow. I don't know how on earth I'm going to follow that, but you know what? I don't think I even can, but I do agree. Another 5-star classic, and I'll also go as far as to say co-fight of the night as well. I mean, this was just a very good ladder match between these two, and when you think back to the first ladder match at WrestleMania, in WrestleMania history, somewhere Shawn Michaels must have been smiling at what these two did tonight, and I mean, the 6 spots. I mean, when Rollins landed and the ladder bending not the way it's supposed to be, and I mean, you definitely also got to give a hand to those two, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, with what they did in this match. I mean, it was just unreal. So, you know what? I'm not going to waste any more time. You guys pretty much touched on everything. 5 stars, co-fight of the night, and to conclude what I thought was a pretty good Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So, with that being said, Fletcher, let's get to our overall thoughts.
All right, gentlemen, let's do it very quickly. Overall thoughts. It leads off with you, Anthony. What was your overall thoughts of Money in the Bank?
Well, we had 2 5-star classics. We had a 4 1/4-star match. We had a solid but really unspectacular tag team title match. I mean, the Divas fight was a lot better than expected. I initially said 7.5 to 8 out of 10 when it came to my projection last night, but it exceeded it. I am going to give this you know what I'm going to do? It's not a perfect 10. No, don't get excited. It's not a perfect 10. It almost was. But to me, I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10 because of those 2 5-star classics. And then you also throw in another damn good Money in the Bank ladder match. The Diva fight was damn better than expected. And tag team title fight was fine. The IC fight, well, not so much. But to me, the main reason why it's a 9 out of 10, I know I'm probably overscoring it, but I don't give a damn. It's because of the efforts of John Cena, not only John Cena and Kevin Owens, but also Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Anytime you get 2 5-star classics on the same night, you know it's going to rank as one of the best darn pay-per-views in the history of pay-per-view. Wow. I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, thankfully we still have another 6.5 months to deliberate and figure out what is the match of the year. Is it John Cena and Kevin Owens? Is it Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins' ladder match for the title? I really don't know right now. At this point, I really don't know. I can honestly say both of these are the fight of the year. But man, oh man alive, what a night. I mean, and another reason why I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10, those not 1 but 2 incredible tributes to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. You saw it with the superstars and divas, and even Vinnie Mac himself, a rare Vinnie Mac appearance. You got to see him. He was there. I mean, with everybody, Triple H, Stephanie, Rollins, Cena. I mean, you saw them all. You saw all the superstars and divas on that stage, paying their respects to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. But not only that, during the event, they also played a damn good video package, another incredible effort from the wonderful production team at World Wrestling Entertainment. They put together one of the best video tribute packages I've seen in a very long time, probably since the one they did for Macho Man. But man, oh man, alive. And speaking of Dusty Rhodes, according to the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the funeral for the American Dream Dusty Rhodes will be this Wednesday, June 17th, as far as I know. So maybe we'll have. I'll try to get some more information about that tomorrow night when we do the Wrestling Forum. But the Dusty Rhodes tributes, the Diva fight, which we all thought was going to suck, ended up being better than expected. Yes, even though we had that BS finish, it was still better than expected. The Money in the Bank ladder match delivered one more time, and then who would have thought? What are the odds that we would have not one but two 5-star classics on the same show? One in a bajillion. We saw it here tonight, folks, for the first time in over 20 years, since WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 10, last time we saw two 5-star classics on the same night. Bret and Owen and HBK and Razor. We saw it tonight. Cena and Owens. Cena and Owens had the technical match. They were basically the Bret and Owen. And Rollins and Ambrose was basically the HBK and Razor. That's all there is to say about it. One of the best pay-per-views I've seen. It's not the pay-per-view of the year, though. I still think it's Mania, but by a very slim margin. I know I probably overscored it, but like I said, I don't give a damn. I'm the man who tells it like it is, and I'm gonna honor that claim. Like my idol, my all-time wrestling broadcast idol, Jesse the Body Ventura. I told it like it is, just here and now. This is a 9 out of 10. I don't care what Michael Fletcher has to say about it. I don't care what Michael Bullock has to say about it. I damn sure don't care what Derek Ferrera has to say about it, or anybody else that's affiliated with this show. This, to me, was a solid 9 out of 10. Booking. Reigns and Wyatt next month at Battleground. I think we're also going to get Miz and Big Show and Ryback for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. I think we're going to get, and you heard it here first, I'm going to make another bold statement. I think we're going to get Cena Owens 3. And this time, the United States Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line. Why? Because in a few weeks, on July 4th, that big WWE Network special, at 6:30 in the morning, mind you, from Tokyo, Japan, Kevin Owens is going to defend the NXT Heavyweight title against Finn Balor. And you heard it here first. Finn Balor's winning the belt right here and now. And then that's going to free up Kevin Owens to be on the main roster. And he's going to challenge Cena for the U.S. title. And I think Kevin Owens is going to be the new United States Heavyweight Champion come July 19th in St. Louis, Missouri. I also think we're going to see something with maybe Dean Ambrose against Sheamus. I don't know. That's a possibility, considering Sheamus has the contract. And I still feel that we might get Roman Reigns, we might get Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Because remember, there's a lot of sources going around saying that Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are going to be at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio, tomorrow, or later tonight, I should say, for Monday Night Raw. So, read into that what you will. Fellas, I don't care how you guys score it, but for my taste, this was a 9 out of 10. Michael Bullock, I ask you now, do you agree with me, or do you have it lower, do you have it higher, what?
You know what? I agree with you, Florio. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I mean, this was a damn good Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And the reason why, like you said, those two 5-star classic matches, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. You also had a very good Money in the Bank ladder match with a surprising outcome. and you had a good Divas match. And I do have to correct myself on the rating, 2.5 stars. I do agree with you on that. I was a little too harsh on it, so yeah. And then of course, the tag team match was solid but unspectacular. And of course, the Intercontinental title match was the worst fight of the night, and was a 1-star rating. So yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, this was the second best pay-per-view of the year, only behind WrestleMania 31. So that's pretty much all I can say on it. 9 out of 10 is my rating. Fletcher, now I ask you the question. Do you agree with me and Florio? Do you have it lower? Do you have it higher? I ask you, what do you say?
I disagree. I'm going a little lower. 8.5 out of 10. I think this was a very good pay-per-view. I'm not going to argue with your nines, because I think you guys made very compelling arguments, tremendous arguments. Yes, we did get 2 5-star classics. We did get another great Money in the Bank ladder match, no doubt about it. The tributes to Dusty Rhodes were spot on, amazing. However, 3 dead giveaways that's gonna knock this down a little. One, the Intercontinental title fight did not deliver as we were hoping for, and as a matter of fact, I could easily would have yelled worst fight of the night. Number two, the Diva match. Yes, it got a lot of time. The Give Divas a Chance initiative worked in this favor. However, the Twin Magic basically spoiled any momentum that fight had at all, and it destroyed it completely in my mind. Number three, I gotta also take some points away from the WWE Tag Team Title fight. Anthony, you were absolutely right. The title changing hands, I thought it was going to be more dynamic, and it kind of didn't deliver as I was hoping for. And you kind of brought that to attention to me, so I knocked it down a little bit there. However, at the end of the night, when you weigh the good from the bad, it actually makes it a very solid to strong show. So yes, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I agree with you guys for your nines. I think you guys made very compelling arguments about nines. But I truly believe at the end of the day, I think the casual fan will give this a very good rating, somewhere around the 8.5 range. I think 9 might be a little too high, but I would give this at least a solid 8.5. So that's my feeling. That's the rating I'm going to give tonight's show, and it will have a lot to build going into tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw, from the Q, Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. And on top of that, we also have game number 6 of the Stanley Cup Final tomorrow night, as well as the Chicago. Actually, um, yes. Okay. Okay. So I don't know. I got a little sidetracked there. I thought you were trying to give me some kind of update there, Florio, but no. You're absolutely right. For one of our friends who's in the 2184 crew, she's in an office pool. She has the Chicago Blackhawks. If the Blackhawks wins, she wins. If for our buddy Matt Ward, that tomorrow night could be his night. This could be the night he's been waiting for. A Stanley Cup championship comes to Chicago. We'll wait and see. Now, that's tomorrow night. Monday Night Raw, very important Raw. We've heard a lot of rumors. Is Lesnar and Heyman supposed to be there? I heard Heyman. I don't know about Lesnar yet. I know Heyman was supposed to be there to start promoting the imminent return of Brock Lesnar. We'll wait and see there. Then the fallout from Money in the Bank, from the Money in the Bank. What will Sheamus' intentions be now that he does have the Money in the Bank briefcase? That will also be very important. Plus, then we also got possibly Kevin Owens and Cena. They'll probably promote for their third fight. On top of that, we also might also get the thoughts from Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins about their close finish, that nail-biting finish that we saw here tonight. Whatever the case may be, it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday Night Raw, on the USA Network, or wherever you are in the world. It could be on, I think it's on the Sky in the UK, CBC for all you great fans. Actually, no, I think it's in TSN now for all you great fans up in there in Canada. I know it's on Azteca for all the Mexican fans, for all you guys in Mexico. And on top of that, right here, tomorrow night, another edition of the Wrestling Forum. I don't know if Derek's going to be in. He kind of says he's on the fence. If he's not, Anthony will take over. I will be here. Mike Bullock will be here. We're going to be good and set to go tomorrow night for another edition of the Forum. So until then, you know the routine, everybody. How's the hand pounds? We out. Good night. You've been watching a special edition of the Wrestling Forum, the recap of Money in the Bank on BravesFan95 exclusively on YouTube.com. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.